now that Loxon is behind you a little ways, looking for his missing 3 rations. What are you doing now that you've arrived here in Balemouth?
ISO is going to beeline right for a tavern, or whatever constitutes as a tavern here, if there is one.
Okay. So, try it on in.
Behind him.
Okay.
for
I'll follow along.
different reasons.
For very different reasons.
Should make you sing a song every time you enter a tavern, since you're playing a bard.
Oh, man. I could drop lyrics and we could pretend I sing. I don't want to offend your Twitch stream. Offend their ears.
Don't worry, they'll be laughing at you.
Oh.
No, you did good last time. Let's trot. Canter. Okay, as you approach the town. Whoops. You see a couple of guards, and they look in familiar. Whoops. There you go. Your horse was flying. Your horse is still flying. I think we're desynced. You see a couple of Rookwall guards that you recognize. You recognize their armor, not necessarily the specific guards. And go ahead and roll presence. Let's see what your observation is.
Par for the course for ISO. His eyes are probably targeted on the tavern beyond the guard.
Me look tavern.
I rolled an 8, so I figure I failed whatever it is.
Yeah, well, luckily you know where the tavern is, but that's about it. All right,
And the ruins.
Niana. That's right, and the ruin. Well, you remember the layout from last time. So anywhere you have been, you will remember. Anything other than that, nah. Better ask for directions. Niana?
Yeah, sorry. Just needed to update my character sheet with the new numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay. You notice 2 men with weapons. That's all you notice. As you approach, stop. Who goes there? The men
Just
are
some weary
dressing.
travelers hoping to stop by the tavern.
An humble bard looking to provide song and entertainment.
And you, lady?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Yes, I'm just here looking for a drink, mainly.
They give each other a look. Then one of them waves at you with the torch, waves you past him. Oop, come back up here, real quick. All right, so town looks kind of quiet from the outside. I'm not sure anybody but Jothier knows where the tavern is, though. You see some horses obviously parked over there. But the town looks to mostly be going about its normal business. Although you do see some more guards down by the docks. Other than that, it just looks like a normal port town.
if you want to start at the tavern first, that's it over there. You can tie our horses by the others. The other side is where the door is.
People tend to talk most openly over a drink.
You just tell me where you want to head, Jothier.
Jothier would trot his horse over to where the others are and tie it up, and then check the saddlebags to make sure there's nothing valuable in it, because apparently some people like to take things from that.
God, people these days. Who can you trust?
Also, Jothier would just kind of glance at the other horses there just to make sure that nothing's similar to the one he saw last time.
Wait, what?
The last time, obviously the knight's probably not here, but just,
Oh,
hopefully
you're
just
looking for it. Okay.
looking for it, yeah.
I thought you were going to try and steal from someone else's horse. Okay.
I'm here.
All right, and you hear an out-of-breath Loxon trotting up behind you. No doubt very upset that he's missing 3 rations that Adam took from him overnight.
Oh, I got it back. Somehow. What's going on?
Where are you?
I'm here, apparently.
No, you're not here. I don't see you.
No, I'm here. I'm here. We have you, Ultra, Palladius.
Where are you?
I'm here. You. I'm on the corner of the map, apparently.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, you were running behind, looking for your missing 3 rations that apparently Adam took in the middle of the night. These 3 swore up and down it wasn't them, so it had to be Adam.
Where are we?
Come into town.
Yeah, I'm in the town right now.
Nope, you're not in the town. You went the wrong way.
I'm in the town. Okay.
Nope, hang a right. Yep, there you go. There you go. Stop. Right. Why does everybody have flying horses? There we go.
Oh, the Pegasus.
No wings on that horse.
I'm back. Alright. Alright, so from now on, you can have my rations.
ISO.
Palladius?
Who?
I'm not a character, man.
Nope.
ISO?
Hey, my speaker's cut off, so I'm back.
Okay.
Did somebody ask me something?
You repeat yourself.
From now on, you can have my rations and keep them safe. That's the last time I let Adam anywhere near my food.
That's probably a good idea. He holds his bag.
I'll just put him in.
Finally, somebody can pay attention. Holy cow. Somebody can see what's going on.
Okay, I'm guessing we've had bad wolves.
Yes, you're the only one that has any kind of perception. So you immediately notice the tavern because there's a giant sign that says tavern. And it's got an eating utensil and a popular, food product, well, food source. You see the town operating as normal, though you do see a lot of Rookwald guards around.
Are we in
And-
Brooklyn?
You're in the general area, but you're in the port city of Balemouth. And you can actually hear the very quietest murmurings of sounds like a funeral service somewhere down closer to the water.
There seems to be a funeral. Okay, as oh no, I saw you collapsed.
Sorry, I tripped on some of this horse dung. I don't understand why there's an outdoor stables here.
I'll get you up.
Thank you. Where do we need to go from here?
Well, there's a funeral down the river, and there's a tavern right here. So,
You would think the tavern would be easy to spot.
I saw.
Yes, Lux.
Okay, one get up.
He is up.
And I'm gonna drag ISO right in front of the stairs.
He's up, you say?
He is standing up on my screen.
I know
He was on mine. I fixed him because he was showing negative health but standing. It was weird. Probably causing all kinds of problems.
Anyway, ISO it says tavern right here.
Ah, look at you. I don't know what we would do without your eyes, Luxon. So glad you're here.
Well, they could have made the sign bigger.
How big do you want it?
Big enough for me to notice it.
Fine. You know what? Just go in.
I agree, for once we should just go inside.
I better put my crossbow away. Why is it not going away?
Gotta uncheck the right hand.
There you go.
Going in, Jothier?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, why is everyone
Alright.
just like lagging so much?
Maybe you are. Come on, you keep the out of character stuff. All right, so you enter the tavern, and it's really empty. It's just the innkeeper and just one woman drinking by herself in the back of the room. The innkeeper brings over a pitcher to your table.
Juthir would greet her and say, "Hey, I know it's been a few days since I passed through this town. It was only briefly, but do you remember me? I was with an older man."
I
We asked
remember
about the
Silver.
butchered cattle.
They got rid of the cattle the next day, or what seemed like the next day. It's hard to tell.
Why'd I get rid of it?
It was butchered. Would you want to eat something after you didn't know what happened to it?
Well,
Look, do you guys want something to drink or not? She
Very
shakes
much
the
so. I haven't
pitcher.
had a good wine in a long while.
Beer for me.
She sets the pitcher down, goes back and gets some cups. Sets down 4 cups. Then holds out her hand without saying anything.
How much?
1 silver from each of you.
I'll
fine.
hand a silver.
Me too.
So do I.
So will I, I suppose. That's the going rate here.
All right. She goes back and returns with a loaf of bread and just sets it down and without saying anything and just walks upstairs for a moment.
Thank you.
Whoops.
Well, since we all have a drink, I think it's about time we get to finding some answers in this place. So I'd like to pick up my cup and walk over to the woman at the other table.
Did anyone
Mhm.
notice that there's a funeral down the road?
You had
Hmm?
mentioned it, but perhaps we should ask and hear about that instead of just barging in on it.
So I whispered, the only person here is that woman behind us. Do you
Okay.
want to ask her then, or? I thought I'd ask myself. Hello there.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jothier. 1 sec.
You know, it
Watson.
might not be a bad idea for Nyana to approach her. How would you feel if you were a woman and 3 strange men approached you in a bar, tavern?
I didn't hear a single word he said, and that goes towards the woman.
Okay. All right, so anything, or are you going to continue to
He's
drink?
just watching and getting his beer poured and watching this go down. He's like trying to think, like trying to figure out like, okay, who? There's a lot. Seems like there's other things going on in this town. There's a funeral. There's an innkeeper. Probably has a lot of info if anyone even comes through here. He was thinking about asking her some questions, but then sees this, so he'll just wait.
Okay. You were just quiet. I was making sure you had a chance to say something.
Oh, thanks.
Question.
All right. Yeah.
Since it was pointed out about the funeral, could Jothier look through the window while listening to them and see the funeral from here?
No. He could only hear it because of his role. He couldn't see it.
Okay.
It was, well, yeah, it's down. When you see where it's at, if you see where it's at, you'll understand. But no, you can't see it from here or even hear it. Okay, Nyana, as soon as you walk up, she sets her drink down on the table. And her other hand just sort of grabs the edge of the table. And she just looks at you, doesn't say a word. Looks to be pretty tense.
No need to be on edge, stranger. I'm friendly company. I just needed someone to talk to, really. Do you mind?
She picks her hands up. Well, her one hand up. Shrugs her shoulders and takes another sip from her mug. And now, Lox
Oh.
and you walk up now. Or not.
Oh, hello, stranger. May I join this party?
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Well, I'm here
She-
now, so
The woman just smirks and looks at Nyan. Sort of like, I don't know, can he join?
Well, I guess he's only got half a brain, so he can't be that dangerous. So
you told me how no. You told me how you say I have hyperplane. I'm the one that pointed out the tavern that was right behind you. And you couldn't see the
sometimes
big,
use your better half.
and you couldn't see the big sign that said tavern.
It was dark
I've only
outside.
been.
You've been raised in the woods. Your eyes are adapted to the darkness.
Yeah, well, keep your excuses.
Anyways, we were trying to figure out some things. Have you heard of any troubles more inland?
Heard the whole city was destroyed.
Only the city?
It was news enough for me to avoid it. Was coming here to catch a boat to anywhere else.
That's probably wise. But we're still quite interested if there's any rumors circulating here.
This place seems to be full of rumors. Slaughtered livestock, blue lights.
What about a mysterious man that appeared here a few days ago or a week ago? I don't know.
The one that murdered the watchman?
I didn't know he murdered. I didn't know he murdered some people, but I guess yeah, it's him.
This had happened just yesterday. They're having a funeral for the watchman down by the water.
Wait, yesterday?
She just nods, continues drinking.
We thought he was here a few days ago.
I only got here myself a few days ago. Been waiting for a boat, but some rich upstart noble has chartered it, of course, so I have to wait for the next one.
Do you know the noble's name?
No. He came into town with a bunch of guards and took over the place. At least he brought the guards, so it's a little safer than when I got here. Especially with this man running around killing people.
Have you heard of a Red Knight?
That's the man that killed the watchman.
Hmm. No, that's not the person that I was talking about.
She shrugs her shoulders. I don't know how many red knights you're looking for, but it's what they say.
We've heard of the troubles the Red Knight has caused, so we just want to be cautious.
Burned down a whole town. That's what I heard.
By
Now
himself?
That's what they say. I certainly wasn't there.
Do you by chance know the name of the town?
Aten? Something like that.
Thank you. I just like to down my drink.
I'll do the same.
And I'll look for our host and see if I can get another.
Okay.
Welcome back. Hopefully your conversation was good.
Innkeeper comes back downstairs.
Could I have one more serving, miss?
You've got a whole pitcher on your table. Pour your own.
Sorry, I guess I'm just not accustomed to the local culture. I want to toss a silver coin on the table and fill myself a drink.
Isa will take the coin.
Okay, the innkeeper comes over and reaches for the coin as well.
He holds it up to her, though. He holds it up to her, though, and says, "You know, I was wondering, you're such a nice keeper. I bet all kinds of rumors funnel through here. You see, we're looking for someone." And then he'll flick his fingers and try to magic up another coin, so there's two. Probably fuck it up, drop it on the table, who knows. But anyway, we're looking for some information about Hemeld, the town. You wouldn't happen to know anything about Hemeld on the recent tips of tongues that come through here, would you?
Haven't had anybody come through from Hemeld. It's a farming town. That's all I know. Haven't heard anything about it.
Anything else happen of late in the last week?
The watchman was murdered by a knight. Man in armor. Something.
A red knight, so I've heard.
She nods. Seems somebody let the man go. Yes, somebody let the man go. Watchman went looking for him. Found him dead. Very... She sort of shudders a little bit. Very brutal way to go.
Do you know who released him?
No. Said it was two strangers. Never seen him before, and they disappeared shortly after.
Do they know what they look like?
Did one
Afraid
look
not.
like he had a pork chop for a face, by any chance?
What's up with the face?
He really didn't say. Only the watchman dealt with them. Maybe one of the other townspeople, but... Honestly, strangers come through here quite often. It's a port town, so... You see a face, you don't think to study it.
Well, was one particularly handsome?
She snatches the 2 coins from Miso. I don't know. You can go ask his family. They're having a funeral for him right now, down by the water.
Why was this Red Knight being held in the first place?
Oh, he wasn't being held. The watchman
So
just
the
went...
two men released him.
Well, the way he tells it, he told the 2 strangers on account of they were going to help him. That if they found somebody to hold him so he could talk to him, but... I don't know. For some reason, they just talked to him and released him without letting the watchman talk to him first. And when the watchman went looking for him, he got found by some of his family the next day. And it wasn't pretty.
Did a knight kill him?
Looks that way.
So it was weapon wounds.
I don't know all the details. They just said it was bad. I deal with a lot of food and patrons in here, and I don't want them to lose their appetites when they come in. I want them to bring their appetites when they come in.
Have you by chance heard of a noble that has chartered a ship here in the harbor?
Yes, I think he's down by the funeral, paying his respects to the family. Giving them a little money.
Have a name for the noble?
No, he never came through here. Just rode by straight to the docks, all business. Questioned somebody at the docks. Group of hunters from a town called Ailton nearby. Poor sods got their whole town wiped out.
So I've heard.
Anything else?
No, you have been an absolute dear.
Thank you. Just going to step back and leave unless somebody needs anything.
Nope.
All right.
Right. So I think we should go and pay our respects to the family, don't you think?
What would be our purpose for that? It sounds like some poor, or maybe deserving watchman, I don't know the man, got himself killed.
Well, the fact that one of those people that they apparently saw could be the person we're here for.
Are you going to speak with the dead?
I'm gonna speak to the family, also not the dead. I'm not a necromancer.
You know,
That's pretty good.
If everyone is down by wherever this funeral is, we could explore the town a bit too.
I like this idea. Jothan, perhaps we can split up.
As
Well-
much as I'd like to stay here, I think it's best we find some answers in town.
Maybe one of us could check on the noble in town, see if it's anyone that we've been dealing with recently.
If you don't mind, I would like to take that one.
Don't mind at all.
And now I
You
should.
after all, you are the most noble among us.
Well, I wouldn't call myself noble, but I'll take the compliment.
Right, I'll go keep an eye on the funeral while you lot are searching around the town.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, but after you've done searching, meet up at the funeral though.
Sounds like an easy gathering spot. I agree. Good plan.
Alright, I'll down my drink again. And head outside.
I so will follow Shafir.
I'll just go outside too.
Okay, as they step out and head to the funeral. What's your theory? You have a plan you want to discuss with ISO? Or you just want to start leading him somewhere?
The last time I was here, there was a man who had been murdered, but the night that we encountered, he swore he didn't do it. I imagine at this point there'd be nothing to investigate in his home, but I could always take you to the ruins where we encountered him.
Oh, I thought maybe we could do some investigation work inside some of these homes, since they're not as cluttered with the people. Might find something as like a clue.
Did you have a particular home in mind? I could always take you to that one home where the man was murdered. I'm not sure what exactly you'd be
Well, they
looking
mentioned
for.
we know that the family of the watchman is here, so their homes, well, the watchman's home, certainly wouldn't be occupied right now. Maybe he took notes on this other man, the Red Knight. But going to the ruins is maybe a thing we could do later. Just figure the timing here, based on what you said. You might want to look around inside some of these places.
Yeah, we could do that later. I wouldn't mind bringing Lox in there to see what he sees.
Well, I mean, Loxon sees Adam. Are you sure?
This knight saw someone we couldn't see either.
That's a fair point. All right, we'll lead on. I'm game for whatever.
All right, Jothir will go out the door here. The only thing is, the last time he met a watchman, he was at the well, so it is out of character. It's at a well, so he wouldn't really know how to lead to someone's home.
That's probably an in-character discussion you should have. Oops.
When I passed through here briefly with Semper, we kind of got recruited by the watchman over at the well. We didn't see any guard station or homes, and we came to the tavern. He sent us to the ruins, and then he sent us off to Hemel almost as soon as we came here to warn them about the blue lights we encountered. I did come back to pick up some supplies, but again, that was me here at this tavern. Not really sure. Maybe we could ask the barkeep. But then that kind of would alert someone to what we're doing.
Could always ask somebody at the funeral on the outskirts. Maybe, I could do that. Certainly, if they're showing for the funeral, they know where the poor individual lived or worked.
All right, that seems like the only thing we can do right now.
Well, you go to the ruins too. You wanted to see those.
I like the
still
idea
wanted
of
to.
taking Loxon, honestly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Go ahead, Nyana and Loxon. Loxon, you see that torch almost directly in front of you on the right by that house that's dark?
That one there.
Yep. You heard the sounds coming from right around there.
It's still.
The guard's standing there. He just looks up at you as you approach him. Can I help you?
Is this me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I've heard that a noble has been chartering the ship.
He laughs a little bit. Oh, yes. Ship's bound for Bonedrift Port.
Didn't you work at the docks, or at least guard the docks here? You by chance know what the noble's name is?
Well, we don't normally guard the docks, but Lord Gannison brought us here from Fort Severa to keep the place secure since it's a port. It's going to be very important to taking back Rookwald. So, we're stationed here for now.
So it seems Lord Gannison is trying to get an army to Bonedrift.
No, he has another diplomatic mission to accomplish first. I'm not really privy to all the details.
Well, anyways, thank you.
If you want to speak with him, he's over at the funeral down the way, paying his respects. I guess the last man guarding this town was butchered by a red knight or something. That's what the townsfolk say, anyway. We all showed up after it happened.
I'll go to pay my respects. Thank you for your help.
Okay. You guys can see from your vantage point here a small ceremony. Loxon, you, thanks to your acute perception, you recognize Lord Gannison up there. And one of the sergeants from Fort Severa. They're quietly standing off to themselves while the someone's speaking.
I'm guessing Diana is with me now.
Nyana does walk up behind you, kind of at the same time you've reached here.
I whisper to Diana. Look, it's that bastard Gannison.
Yes, I've just found out from the guard at the dock. Apparently he's chartering the ship. Destination Bonedrift for some diplomatic mission of sorts.
Why the hell is he? Wait, why the hell is he going to Bonedrift for?
I don't know, but I believe Bonedrift is in the grinding way, so that would make this diplomatic encounter one with Exeter.
He seems to be the one that knows how the men died. So I guess we're gonna have to talk to him.
Just keep your mouth shut until the service is over.
I'm not that disrespectful, no. I know when to keep my mouth shut.
Good.
Just don't drink too much, alright?
Fine, I've only had 2.
Stop.
I say I'll almost trip on my first step.
You sure you have?
Let's just get to this surface.
As you approach, everybody's sort of sharing their stories about all the times the Watchman helped him, or family stories of when they were growing up. He took them on their first hunting trip taught them how to shoot a bow. Pretty normal stuff. Nothing that they're saying stands out. And as you approach, and Lord Gannison recognizes your presence, or acknowledges your presence, and just speaks like he's off somewhere by himself. Oh, good. You're alive. And the others?
I'll whisper, alive too.
All of you?
All of us.
He looks between you and the service and rolls his eyes and takes a few steps back and motions you over, away. So, I understand your mission was a success. I've already received first communication from the General. And my pardons, did you find anybody to help us?
You mean at the crossroads?
Yes.
Yes, we found a man named Alexander who was eager to accept. And he had one companion who was not so eager to accept and refused. But he basically broke out of the cage on his own. We sent him on their way to Sephiroth.
I see. And the General, did he give you too much trouble once you handed him my instructions?
He was reluctant to end the siege, but he did eventually.
And tell me about this man you encountered who tried to take the gift that was meant for Ruckwald.
Yes, he was a rider we first encountered at the crossroads. Apparently he had already been harassing the engine guard for some time, with a very insistent claim that whatever was in that chest belonged to him. And also the engine guards were killed rather quickly, in a matter of seconds, by his own hands.
He looks a little concerned when you say that. Did the man say who he was with? Was he by himself? Did he work for someone?
He seemed to be by himself.
But he did say that it belonged to his people. But as far as we could see, he was on his own.
And once you told him he couldn't have it, he simply left.
Yes. We told him that the chest was not ours to give to him, and that he should speak to someone that could give him the chest. So I suppose it would be you or the General. But no, he did not injure us in any way.
Did he ask you to open it?
He didn't mention it, I think.
No, he didn't. He didn't ask us to open it.
Jothir and Iso, were you guys headed this way?
Necessarily, from my understanding, we're looking for just some
Okay.
civilians on the outskirts of this parade or whatever who we might like.
Okay. It's a small funeral. Small funeral. But Okay. Just make sure you weren't headed this way. You just looking to talk to anybody in town, or
Anyone that would look like they know. So, like, if you're in the funeral parade here, I assume you know the guy, or you probably have at least know where he lives or works. So, ISO will find somebody like on the outskirts of that, and he'll say, "It is such a shame the man died. I hear right here, right there in his home," and he just points at her end.
oh, okay, all right.
And then
Well,
hopefully
hold
this
on.
dude will go, "No, not there, over there." That's
Right,
what I'm looking to
right.
do.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, after a moment of silence, thinking things over, staring off into the night, Lord Gannison nods over towards the ship. You and your friends conclude your affairs here. We're going to visit Exeter. She's become quite angry since we pulled back our army. We have a bit of a peacekeeping, diplomatic mission to undertake. And seeing as how reliable you are, may have need of you once we get there to see what her demands are. She will no doubt be very angry.
When will the ship be departing?
The moment you conclude your affairs, meet me by the docks. I'll be finalizing things with my men. We'll be leaving them here.
Before you leave, though, we overheard that the guardsmen were killed.
The watchman, yes. He nods and motions towards the gravestone at the top of the little hill here.
But from what we heard from the villagers, whoever killed the man had help, but they wouldn't say who helped him.
Ooh, I just ruined my lighting. Hang on, sorry. There you go.
But they wouldn't say who helped him.
It's a bit of a strange story. It seems that there was some strangers that came through town. And from what I can tell, they were trying to help the watchmen, or at least the watchmen thought they were. And they claimed to have found someone who knew about these blue lights that they had seen. We haven't seen any blue lights or anything strange since we got here.
Did
But
they
they insisted that strange things had been happening. Their cattle were cleaved in half. Very strange ways. The cuts were quite perfect, like an enormous butcher's cleaver. And this man, these two strangers found, or so the strangers say, perhaps the strangers were lying. But the man seemed to know something, and they let him leave and didn't hold him to speak with the watchman. So once the strangers left, the watchman went looking for the man and disappeared, only to be found by his family in a quite gruesome state.
What exactly happened to him? Do you know what I mean?
He seemed to have been torn apart.
Damn. And the strangers, I'm guessing that they didn't give a name.
No, the watchman got no name. Didn't really mention it. Any description. At least, none that anyone's been able to recall.
I've also heard that the Red Knight was involved.
Yes, that was the man they're looking for, we think. Probably the same one at Ailton. There's a hunting party from Ailton down there. They left before it was destroyed. They may have more answers. If you're interested, just make it brief. We need to get moving.
We'll get to the docks as soon as we wrap things up here.
Nods and... Do you have my pardons? My extra paperwork that you didn't give out then? Don't need something like that just floating around.
I believe ISO is carrying those. He also has the book.
Very
that we were
good.
supposed to bring.
Yes, just have
So
him
I
bring it
guess-
with me, and
Yes.
I'll take possession of it on the docks.
I'll make sure he brings it to you.
He nods.
Is
Takes-
that all, sir?
That's it for now. Thank you. Job well done. I shall make sure you are well compensated.
Thank you, my lord.
Well, we better go find ISO.
As you leave, you see him take a small coin purse and hand it to his sergeant and then point towards the family. And the sergeant nods and just walks over towards them.
Okay, my curiosity has risen. I'm gonna listen to what's going on.
Oh, okay. All right, well, hold on one sec. Well, hold on a bit. Jothier and ISO. Okay, you stumble out of the tavern. Or maybe you walk. Depends, I guess, on how much you had to drink. Where is your first inclination to head?
So when
Uh,
Dothier was here last time, where they found the body parts, was that a cluster of just where the people generally lived? Is that where he would be inclined?
It was the end of the street you're on right now. To your left. Around the horses, it was the last house on the left.
I remember where it is. I just don't remember if that was like
Those
a
several
living
houses.
area, a cluster of houses.
Yeah, there's several houses everywhere.
I don't know if there'd be any guards or anyone that might know what we're the home we're looking for, but I know that there was some dwelling places down the street here, down to the left, that part of the town. It's also where we found Semper and I found the man murdered, his body pieces strewn across the floor.
He was speaking to you, ISO.
oh, I thought you were still answering.
No, he was. I think he was speaking to you in character there.
So, do you think we should head somewhere else, and not speak with someone? Do you have a good idea of where we should go?
I don't know where the home you're looking for is. I just know where that one home is. So we still might need somebody to point it out to us.
Well, it seems people are this way.
Jothier would follow him.
This couple here speaking and give you their attention as you approach.
What's going on with that funeral? I can't believe it. The watchman. So tragic.
The man scoffs. The woman says, "He was a good man. A little rude at times, but he was a good watchman. Never had much until the cattle were killed, but we don't know what did that other than probably the man that killed him."
Maybe. That's too bad. I mean, wasn't he killed, like, in his home right here? And he kind of points at one of the places around here.
No, he went riding down that evil man, the red man, the whoever. He
Really? I thought
rode
he
off
was
into the
just
darkness.
in his home. Like right
No.
over there. Isn't that his home? Right there?
No, of course not. It's let's roll presence. Since you're being clever. Ooh.
Attempting to be clever.
Attempting to be clever. Of course that's not where he lives. Are you even from here?
No, I'm with the retinue that came into town with the noble to pay respects. Like I said, I thought he really thought he lived right there.
You're here with the noble. What's he doing here?
Noble's business, all that. Paying respects, though.
Only time we get a noble here is when they want to go somewhere on a ship.
Seems logical, given you have the sea here at your back door. Wait, when's the last time a noble came through? You make it sound like it's a frequent occurrence.
I had a few come through. When it got dark, first few days, they left. They just wanted to go somewhere else. Of course, if it's dark here, it's probably dark everywhere. Don't know why they fled here.
Starting to wonder myself if it was ever not dark. Anyway, it was good talking to you. And you. We'll be off. He sees some more people over here. He's going to try the same trick.
Anything else, Jothir?
Nope, just gonna follow him.
All right.
So, like, he's going to try to rinse and repeat
Okay.
with different people.
Well,
Do you want me just to roll presence
Ye-
again?
yeah. And then let's we still got to hear your okay. That one works. So let's hear your spiel this time.
Hello. Good day. Evening. He looks up. Forget it. You know how it is with the black here. So confusing.
They slowly start to nod. Yes. It's
Much
very
like
confusing.
the deaths in town. So confusing. Is this the watchman's house here?
Why, yes, it is. Are you here to come collect some belongings for the funeral?
Yes, exactly.
I told them they'd want a few of his personal effects to bury him with, but they never listened to me. The woman, presumably his wife, just rolls her eyes and says, "You can go on in. Find the things you think would benefit him."
Yes, Mom.
Okay. What are you looking for in particular?
Kind of wink at Jothier, and then like proceed to just look around for things that might lead to some clues as to these people that came into town. It sounds like they met with a watchman, perhaps. It sounds like maybe he tasked them to find suspicious people. Sounds like they questioned this Red Knight person and let him go. Watchman didn't like it, went after him. So maybe he had some details on this person. Maybe he wrote something down. Maybe there's some other cool things here, Maybe
Okay.
some shiny bits. Who knows?
All right. Let's see how. Let's make a search roll and see how detailed you find. Both of you, Jothier, you too. I guess that's going to be presence. Again, presence is quite handy.
I rolled 17.
I have a 13.
Okay. Jothier, you happen to find his watchman diaries. Every night he writes a little summary. ISO. You find a little secret stash of coins in a desk drawer, we'll say.
Okay.
And
At the same
we'll
time,
say
you
it's
look for regular artifacts too, like effects, like they were expecting us to walk out with, like, I don't know, his uniform or something that might be laying around here.
you've got an old knife. It looks like it's personally engraved with his name or his family name. It's laying on the also in the drawer with the money, so you assume it has some value to him.
Okay.
And in his journal there, Jothier, you are going to read about your encounter with him, and you already know everything up to that. And after you left, people would report seeing this Red Knight in various places, and he never approached him. And whenever they saw him, he ran off until one night he thought he had figured out a pattern to where this knight would be, and it was in those ruins that you had met him at. And there were a few other minor things, where some small animal bits, an unusual amount of small animal bits were just found, just destroyed around town, just more than you would expect for wolves or something. A little higher frequency, but nothing ever seemed to come of it that he could find from the time that you left to the time that he stopped writing.
So it seems he did record before his passing, looking for the knight and his encounter or his experience with searching for him.
Where did he find him?
Well, it seems he couldn't get close to him, but he calculated the movements, and if I'm reading this right, it looks like he waited for him at the ruins that we first encountered him. And I can absolutely show you where that is.
So he figured out a pattern.
He
Do we
must
happen?
have.
Does it say what it is in this journal? Could we use that to find him?
Jothier would hold the book open to ISO and point at where the passage is so that ISO could also read it for himself.
Clever.
I love that.
No, his notes. At the beginning, it's just this person saw the night. Didn't really get to where. Didn't really point out where the sightings. You'll have a few sightings. So and so saw him, and then there'll be a few more sightings where, okay, so and so saw him, just outside of town, or slightly more specific. They don't get too specific, other than when he says he thinks he's nailed down the pattern to that place. So it's hard to say. It looks like he didn't start keeping track of where the sightings were until right before he said, I've got the pattern.
There's not enough to go by to try to figure something out based on what's here, is what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah, the
Okay,
notes look hastily... Descriptions are hastily scribbled at first and then become more detailed later. But nothing sticks out other than this is this place, and this is pretty much the only place it specifically notes, other than, by the tree outside of town, by the fence, down the road, or that kind of thing.
Well, Jothier, I found a knife that seems sentimental. We could bring that. Flash it at the people at the front.
Were you able to find anything else?
He just kind of tosses like a pouch up in the air, catches it in his hand. It goes jingle. And he like kind of winks. It winks, puts it in his like little side thing and says, nothing of value, I'm afraid. He smiles at.
Jothier would kind of scan around the room and just to see if there's any drawers or hidden spots that might have missed. Should I roll again?
No. No, he doesn't really have much other than what you would think a watchman would have. Even his weapons are actually missing, but not really a rich man. Looks like that stash was probably his rainy day fund. Otherwise, food. A little bit of food.
Some clothes. So desperate to start grabbing his biscuits and stuff.
Yeah, raiding his pantry.
Oh God, he had coffee. Get it.
Did our search include the upstairs? Because there are stairs there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're going to search, I'm only going to have you roll once, unless you're ISO and you fail, and you go search a whole new set of people.
Okay. ISO will say, I think we have what we came for, some information that corroborates the ruin. We should definitely check that out and share with the others. But I think
I'd like to go to the
here.
room with the others, so maybe we should meet up with them first.
Sounds like a good idea, especially if murder seems to occur at these places. Be best to have all eyes there with us. Ice will come out and kind of nod at them and bow and kind of show them the knife. Thank you. We've gotten what we came for. We'll be delivering this now. Have you seen? Has the funeral moved on any further? Is it over there? Is it still over there?
Yes, it's going over there, and you make sure to tell the family. We'll watch the house as long as they need us to.
Thank you. And who should I say is watching?
Mildred.
Thank you, Mildred. You've been wonderful. And they really should listen to you more. And he kind of winks at her, looks at the other guy, like he really should listen.
See, Mildred, even the strangers know. All right, you're heading over to the funeral?
ISO is, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You can head on over to Nyana. because as you are approaching, she is leaving, it looks like.
Where'd my character go?
Oh, I don't know. You did it again?
You're still at the house in Iceland.
No. Let me click sheet, see if I can get him.
Well, no, you're not. Where you go?
Yeah, where did you go?
I think he walked through the dirt or something. There he is.
Okay, Loxon. What were you doing? You were trying to listen in?
Yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, the family's just wrapping up their stories, and it looks like the service is coming to a close. They're not really saying much. It's mostly just sort of family anecdotes, those kind of things. How rude he always was to strangers. He always hated when strangers came to town and stayed in town. He just liked them to come, eat at the tavern, and leave. He didn't like having to deal with anybody outside of town.
So that's nothing to know.
What were you looking for?
Anything mysterious, really?
Well, I mean, they're not talking about how he was dead or killed. It's the funeral.
Well, I guess there's nothing to listen to then.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know how funerals are in the UK, but
I don't know.
okay. So, as
Isa will head over, though. He'll head over and present this knife. Tell him it's from Mildred. She really wanted to make sure that, the sentiment of it was acknowledged.
woman breaks down crying, tearfully takes a knife.
Pats
Thanks
back,
you.
Just to her.
Thank you so much. My uncle, he would have hated you, but I thank you. Thank you. And she goes and lays the knife on top of the gravestone. Breaks down crying even more. Family members go over to comfort her. Both nodding at you. Thank you. Thank you. You're so kind.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
So
My
thoughtful.
pleasure. I'll beg my leave, please. He bows and heads out. Leave you with your peace.
All right. Lord, you guys recognize Lord Ganison walking past you, heading towards the docks.
That man looks very familiar, I swear.
That is our Lord Kennison.
Oh my.
I swear, every time I see that man, I just keep there. That's what I'm saying. Every time I see that man, I just get this creepy feeling down my back. Anyone get that?
He has kept to his word so far.
Yes, but ever since we went to, yes, but ever since that captain woman from before mentioned that we're on the one side, I just get this feeling
It's
that something's up.
troublesome times. I can understand your feelings.
Is it like cold blood seeping through your veins? Like a sense of dread?
Yes.
Are you working on a new song?
I how could you tell? He looks proud of himself, like puffs up a little.
It's very poetic.
Well, anyway, yeah, it is.
So anyways, we found out that Lord Kennison has apparently chartered the ship. And he wants us to go with him on a noble mission on a diplomatic mission to meet Exeter, as apparently retreating the Rookwaldian army from the Doomguard keep didn't land so well in the grinding wastes.
If things didn't go well, this doesn't sound like a happy trip.
Apparently it was a peacekeeping trip, as he named it. Also, as soon as we see him, ISO, you are to hand him the extra scrolls and the book and whatnot.
I should. Did he ask for them?
He did.
Okay, well, here I go then. Actually, Jathia, do you have the pardons? I only have the book.
Jothier pulls out the pardon, the real one, and hands it out. Is ISO looking to take it, or is ISO?
They just told me I need to bring it to Lord Gannison. He asked for it, unfortunately.
All right. So as Jothier takes out the pardon, he is holding it out to ISO so that ISO can take it.
Okay.
Have you managed to find something out about what's been going on?
I'll let Jothier explain. I'll just drop this off.
You're just gonna drop it off to him?
Yeah, he'll head on over and hand him the pardon that Jothier gave him, and then the book that they'd been reading or whatever already.
Okay.
Was he right here?
He's right by the entrance to the dock.
Oh, there he goes.
Okay. That's all. I just wanted to hand it to him, or do you want to talk to him?
Oh, he'll just small, polite conversation, but ultimately just hand it to him and head out back to the group. I'm more interested in what's going on here. It seems more interesting to ISO.
Okay. Yeah, the sergeant
But
takes the stuff from you.
That way, Jothier could talk to them about what he already knows from the journal and all that stuff.
Okay.
So Jothier kind of looks around because there's guards kind of everywhere, and it doesn't look like they're too far from the funeral group. We did find something, but I think that there's something I should show you first. Hopefully, if ISO comes back quickly, I want to take you to the ruins in this city, and then I'll show you what I found, and I'll tell you what my experience was, especially as it relates to what he wrote in the journal we found.
Sounds mysterious.
That sounds a bit creepy, yeah.
Where do you want to take them? Or you're waiting for ISO to come back?
I want to wait for ISO to come back because he wanted to go to the ruins too.
In that case, before we head to the ruins, we also learned that there's a hunting party in town from Aylin, the town that was burned down. Perhaps we should find them out, seek them out as well, see what they know about the inland situation, and perhaps they know if Hamilton is still standing.
ISO returns triumphantly. And you wanted to go where? Right now? Where's your next stop?
To the ruins, I believe.
Well, I can take you to the ruins, but did you want to meet with this hunting party first? Didn't know which was more pressing to you.
Judging from what you said, I would personally say the ruins.
Yeah, let's do the ruins first. We can take the talk to the hunters on the way back.
Okay. Gonna lead them to the ruins?
Yeah, Jothier would lead them. It's the way he remembers where the ruins
Okay.
are.
All right. And as you are passing Loxon, since you got that mighty good presence check, you notice looks like a group of hunters. You're from the woods. They look like they're from the woods over there, underneath the shelter by the dock.
Here.
Yep. If you had to guess what a group of hunters from another town looked like, that would be it.
Okay, I'll keep that for myself.
Okay.
You coming, ISO?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to step away. My vacuum was trying to eat something.
I grabbed you. I'm dragging you.
Thank you.
Okay. ISO's coming. So you arrive at these ruins. They're dark. No signs of any life or anything. No light. Only thing you can hear is the ocean gently hitting the land here, and that's about it. The regular sounds from the town. Jothier is the only torch burning, so...
Was it always this quiet when you were here before?
It's a ruin. It's not quiet like people live there.
The last time I was here, some bit of light coming out, and we heard a voice, and we followed it in. And that's where we met the knight. Jothier would approach the entrance as he's saying this, start leading the way, and he would also draw his sword just in case.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
I'll follow his lead and draw my knife.
Yeah, I'll take up my spear. Ooh, it reminds me, I do not have a spear selected.
All right, you can all come in on
Grab
this
one off
first
the
one.
wheel.
What did you have? Just the same spear that the you got it from the dead Rookwald guards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, that's not what I want. All right, go ahead. I'll get you your spear. But you can go ahead and...
Alright, our character, that looks vaguely familiar. So, I don't suppose this statue was here when you were here before?
It was, and there was a animal, dead animal. The corpse had a massive bite in it, which the knight claimed was whoever it was that he could see that we couldn't had done, but had not done to the other cattle that had been severed in half.
Wait, so hang on. Oh, spear. So wait, so he took the blame for that one, but he didn't take the blame for the others?
Yes. He said that they were trying to stop or prevent the whatever was killing the cattle. He didn't give us a whole lot of information. It's just the blue lights were something else. It wasn't his friend. But he did say that his friend did do what we saw to the dead cow that wasn't here.
You mean the friend? You mean the friend that's like Adam, right?
Invisible to us.
Yes.
So I knew about this friend.
Loxon, you see in the corner of the room, would look like the opposite in the corner with the statue you're looking at. You can see the ground's been disturbed, and there's something large that was there, and there's some dried blood, maybe a few bone fragments over here in this corner, right here.
Oh.
And some drag marks that just lead out of here and just eventually get lighter and lighter.
I'm guessing the cow was here.
Yes, the cow was there by that doorway, and on the other side of that doorway is where we met him.
Can I see anything outside?
No, it's very dark.
Right.
You have a torch. Use it.
Where'd it go?
It's in your left hand. Equip the...
I
you
don't
go.
have a torch, I think. Oh,
Yeah, you do. It's right there. Okay. Now that you step outside, no. You see nothing. You hear, again, just the ocean.
There's nothing outside.
Jothir would step outside too.
Okay.
And ISO fell down again.
All right, you want to step out here? Look around?
Yeah.
Are you alright, ISO?
Did you drink too much?
Yeah, you don't see anything. Everything just looks
There we
dark and
Okay, so
pretty much
at this
the
point,
same.
Jothir would sheath his sword and pull out the book that he found at the Watchman's home.
Okay.
As he's doing now, I'm gonna take a closer look at the statue.
Okay. What are you looking for in the book?
So Jothir would just be looking through the part about how the captain, or I'm sorry, the watchman, was trying to go after him, but was never able to get to him because the knight would always run away. And then read the part about, well, he would read the part about the how he determined to wait in this spot. So Jothir would just kind of look around and see what he could see, any tracks or any disturbed marks of someone having returned.
No, other than the... Well, you know where to look. So yeah, you see the carcass of the cow being dragged off, and that is... make a presence check.
Eight.
Yeah, that's all you notice from here. You can't really discern why he thought this was the place to be. Or at least to look. He doesn't have a lot of details.
Did I touch the statue?
Can you?
Can I touch it?
Oh, yeah. You said you wanted to inspect the statue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you touch it if... Yeah. You can say, I'm going to touch it, and then I will tell you what happens.
Well, touch it, look at it, see if there's anything
All right.
weird about it.
You do know that its teeth have... Looks like dried blood on them. But other than that, it just looks like a statue of a three-headed dog. Wolf. Canine of some sort. Looks at least as old as the building around it. Maybe older. It's hard to tell. It's all got sort of the same layer of ugh on it.
Alright, since I'm the only one that apparently sees Adam, does this have a resemblance to him?
No. Well, I don't
Okay.
know. You tell me. I don't know what Adam looks like.
I want to say yes, but it has one-handed stealthy.
But what?
Yes, but he has one-handed stealthy.
Oh, is Adam a dog? Yeah, I don't know
How
what
he
you
was raised.
I-
Maybe.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know what you have in mind for Adam, so I can't answer that question exactly. But to my knowledge, that has nothing to do with Adam. I thought Adam was just your imaginary friend, so...
Well, that was the idea, but then, it just turned to this. Sure, Phil, you said that this was the place to look?
This is the place where I had last seen the knight before he left. But in the Watchman's journal, he said that he laid in wait here. And so I assume that this is where he was killed.
Should we wait a little while? Just to see what happens?
Just to confirm, do you do you see signs that a man was killed here? Any blood left behind or anything? Signs of a struggle?
Loxon, you do not. Other than that giant one in the corner.
Apart from the one in the corner, no. But the journal did say that that he waited here. So I'm curious, if we wait here, maybe something will happen.
We don't have all day to wait for something to happen.
I'm not talking about waiting all day. Maybe an hour, probably.
Well, you're perfectly allowed to wait, but if you're going to wait, then I'm going to leave and speak to those hunters.
Well, my purpose in coming here is partly because of the book, but initially because just wanted to see if Loxon could perhaps see something out beyond this door. Because when Semper and I were here, the knight said he saw something. He saw a person, a creature, I'm not sure what.
Wait, what
But,
door?
what was that?
What door?
The one behind Jothier. The one that you just looked out before.
Oh yeah, I saw nothing there. I'll look out again, but I can look out again, but you want that exactly what I do.
You see the same thing you saw last time. Nothing.
Yeah, I see nothing there.
it was worth inspecting. Part of me wondered if I might see the knight here again. I didn't really think so, but it
Well,
doesn't seem that there's much here.
I am very, very curious because you said that in the diary. It said that. I mean, you read it that he said that he waited for someone. So I'm curious, if we wait here, will we potentially see that someone?
He had been following the knight, and it seems that he was able to guess or estimate that the knight would eventually return here. We don't know where the knight's gone since then, or what route he's following, where he might be on it.
Alright, so here's my idea, right? Me and Jothia wait here. Well, for let's say an hour. Let's just say an hour. Whilst ISO and Iana go talk to the hunters that are next to the dock.
They're next to the dock. You've seen them.
And I recognize their appearance from before, from when I used to live in the woods.
I guess that saves us time, so thank you. And I agree that this is probably a good idea.
Sounds good to me.
Jothir nods.
So you're staying here with him, Jothir?
Yeah, Jothir's not too eager to be around the hunters since they know that 2 people were the strangers.
Oh, okay.
So before we start talking to the hunters, I'd like to stop ISO real quick.
Okay.
ISO, do you perhaps have a quick moment to talk in private?
Sure. Is everything okay, Liana?
Well, there's something I need to get off my chest. And since out of this group I know you the longest, I suppose there's some sort of trust between us. I can trust you, right?
Of course. What's wrong?
Well, I bet you remember the night we met.
Yes, it was a really good day, and we had met the mysterious woman. There were rats interrupting my show.
Do you remember anything particular about the rat?
I'm sorry, the rats? No, I was too busy looking at the men leering at you and trying to distract them, to be honest.
Well, the rat was like sort of not really alive.
Well, they did stomp it awful. Doesn't surprise me.
I mean, prior to the stomping. And how do I put this? Like, I sort of think I might have resurrected it from the dead.
You mean with magic?
Yeah, I guess I've been dabbling in, well, let's say necromancy for a bit now. Not for evil use, of course, but given with what's been happening on the continent and apparently the hatred magic users get in Doomguard, I just kind of feel on edge, and I just needed someone to share it with. And I just hope that you can keep your mouth shut about it.
No, I can understand your your feelings, especially after hearing about that dagger. It seems people go out of their way to hunt people that wield magic, whether it's of a particular discipline or not.
I just needed to get it off my chest. Thank you for listening. I suppose we should go speak to those hunters now.
Yes, let's do that.
All right, the three men stop talking as you approach. They definitely have the appearance of woodsmen. You want something?
Yes, hello. My name's Niana. We heard that you were the hunting party from Aelin.
Ailton. That's right.
We've heard of what happened.
You know something
we-
about it?
Well, we were hoping you could tell us something about it. All we know is that apparently a Red Knight was involved.
That's what they tell us. That's what they saw. There was a man came to town sometime before we left. Before everything started happening, and he was looking for a woman. I don't remember if he was wearing red or not.
A woman?
He was asking if we had seen a woman. I think he was looking for an Odin. Dark clothes. Silver hair. That's how he described her. We hadn't seen anyone. We must ask everyone in town. No one had seen anyone with that description.
Do you know him?
You're
The
not
name
here.
sounds oddly familiar. Do you know where I've heard it, Iso?
Yes, I believe, if my memory serves me, the man in the cage is mentioned it, the one with the pork chop face.
I guess you mentioned it.
And then muttered something about not supposed to have mentioned it, so it did seem kind of odd.
I guess we all have secrets.
That's a good line.
So do you know anything about the other towns in more inland, such as Hamilton, for example?
I
Are
haven't
they
been
also
there.
affected?
Don't know. We didn't go out on our hunting party until those things started showing up.
Those things?
The other man with the torch looks to be younger than the other two. He pipes up. People started seeing things around town. most people said they were strange people, but other people said they were creatures, but they all walked on two legs, stayed in the shadows, in the forest. No one ever actually got to see one in the light. We went out hunting them down. And when we came back, we found our village destroyed, burned to the ground.
Did you find any sign of monsters when you were hunting?
No.
It seems that chaos is ruling the land right now. I'm hoping for better days.
You and me both, lady. We've got nowhere to go, and we can't even get on this boat. Have to wait for the next one. And who knows when the next boat will show up in this port.
Why are you trying to head on the boat?
I don't know about you, mister, but ain't nothing good's been happening around here ever since the sky went black. Seen other people leaving, figured we might do the same.
You know, I hate to mention this, but I'm starting to question if bad things started happening when the sky went black, or if folks like me just started noticing it more when the sky went black and bad things were always happening. So, he looks at Nyana. We are sort of deciding maybe we should do something about it instead of running from it. I see you seem very equipped hunters with bow and dagger. Do you have any interest in finding out what happened to your people in your town? If so, maybe you would be willing to accompany us. We might be heading in that general direction. Certainly interested in what's going on in general.
And if you are not interested, we could put in a word for you to get you on that boat.
The third man, who hasn't said anything yet, just kind of looks at the other two first and then says, "We're all that we've got left. All our friends and our family were in that town. We want to be anywhere but here. We want to go somewhere else, start over, or at least try. There's nothing left for us here. We have the clothes on our back, and that's it."
How does Bone Drift sound to you?
No thanks. That crazy lady lives there. She runs that place.
Crazy lady.
Exita, the young man pipes up. They say she's our ally, but she works with the dead. Given this whole situation with the sky going dark, I don't think we should let dark magic users just run things anymore.
Well, if you do change your mind, consider my offer.
They nod.
I still thank them for their time and give Niana a look and start to walk away and give time for the other folks to have their turn.
Oh. Okay. So you wait, and make a presence test.
All of us?
No, just the two here.
6.
All right, Jothier.
Actually, wait, did I use my omen yet?
I don't think you've used your omen yet. Nobody has.
Can I use it to reroll?
If that's your omen, then yeah.
Routine.
Okay. Jothier, what'd you get? I didn't hear you if you said something.
I'm so sorry. The mute button on my headset somehow got pressed. I got a 4.
Okay. Locks in the ever watchful, apparently.
He's good at that.
I am today, yeah, I'm on point.
Right, so you're just hanging out, and at one point you could swear you hear a very, very low-pitched noise.
From what direction?
From out beyond the ruins, behind you, somewhere. Behind the Cerberus statue. Or three-headed dog statue.
I tell Jovier to shoot. I just heard something behind us.
Yeah, it sounds like an animal, but it's very faint. You don't know. It's not a growl. It's not anything like that.
Does this sound natural?
Yeah, sounds like an animal of some kind. Again, it's really hard enough to tell. I mean, you could not tell what animal it was from what you've heard. Or if it was an animal. No, you can tell it's an animal. But yeah, not which animal or what animal.
Okay, so I'm gonna quickly grab my torch and hurry outside.
Okay. You see nothing.
Alright, hold on. No. I tell Jovier, I swear, I just heard something from beyond the ridge.
Okay, I put the book away in my bag and pull my sword out again and follow him out.
Okay. Yeah, nothing but night out here.
Call me crazy. But I think we should go closer.
Oh, I didn't hear anything, but you did, so go ahead and lead the way.
Oh,
I'll follow you.
Oh yeah, I heard something. It was faint, but I heard something. I just tell when to stop crossing.
Well, you don't see anything at all.
Yeah, but
You move
I'm
out.
gonna head off.
Okay. Yeah, you still see nothing. And still see Don't hear anything? Nope. No, and you get the feeling you're not going to see or hear anything else either.
Hmm. Alright, I'll put my spear away. Alright, I guess it. Okay, I guess it was just a animal. It's a headbat.
But you're sure you heard something?
I did, but it might have been. I did, but it might have been just some random animal.
Jothir would sheath his sword and then pull out the Knight's Book and just hold it up in the air.
What are you doing? I go to Joffrey. What are you doing?
Well, when I met the knight, Semper and I brought his horse to him so that he could leave. But I borrowed something from him so that he would come after us to join us, hopefully in Helmud. He just seemed like he knew so much more than us about these blue lights, and I wanted to make sure he helped us. It seemed like he was already trying to help the people here.
You stole his book, didn't you?
I did, and if what you heard was him, I'm hoping he sees us right now and sees me holding this book up. I have every intention of giving it back to him.
I hope you do. Right. Okay, so after a few, after about a minute of waiting, I say, I decide to just shout out, no, just to the distance. We mean you no harm. If it's you, you seem to know my friend here. So you should know that we come in good intentions.
Everything's just still and quiet. No response. Nothing changes.
I whisper over to Lexon. I really wish I had gotten his name. I just been referencing him as the unnamed knight every time I talk about him.
The young knight.
He said unnamed.
Oh, unnamed. Alright, if it's you, unnamed knight. Okay, I can put this. Okay, I can put this. What I say. Yeah. Okay, yeah. If it's you, unnamed knight, you. Again, you should know my friend here, Job here. You met him before. So you should know that we okay, we mean you no harm. Our weapons are sheathed, as you can see. So if you want to kill us, then I mean, so if you feel like if you feel like that you need to kill us, then do so. But before you do, I just want to say we're here to help you. That's it.
Jothir listens.
To give you your book back that my friend somehow stole from you.
Jothir would just listen to hear if there's any response or movement.
I'll do the same.
Absolutely nothing. Water is mostly what you hear. Occasional wind. No rocks or ground stirring or anything like that.
Jothir puts the book back in his bag and says, I think I might have an idea. then
What?
reaches back into the bag and pulls a book out, but the Watchman's book, and puts it down on the ground and says, let's see if he is here. He might come to claim the book. And then he would kind of motion back to the ruins to just back up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. You come back to the ruins and, oops, still hear nothing. The torch is bothering me.
And Jothir would wait a few moments, and
wait a minute.
would go back up to the spot after a few minutes, just to see if the book's still there.
Sorry, I'm fixing his torch. Okay.
I'll thank God for that.
Yeah, it was bothering me too. Okay. All right. Jothir, you see the book? Whoops. I don't know how far out you want to go.
I think we were like here.
Okay, good enough. Sure. Jothir, the book's still there. Loxon, the book has definitely been just very ever so slightly moved. But it's still there. Looks intact. You can tell,
Alright.
since you have that.
Yeah. Right, Jothir, you might want to pick up the book.
Jothir would lean down and take
Yeah.
the book and put it in his bag.
You're not gonna read it? Just see if there's anything added to it?
Alright, so I take the book back out and start flipping through the pages.
Everything's exactly like it was. No new ink, no damaged corners, nothing. Just looks exactly like when you picked it up.
You know what? Jothir, I think it'd be best if you put down the actual book this time and then we leave and do the exact same thing. Because that book's been moved. Slightly, but it was moved. And I don't think the wind did that.
Well, then that can mean he's here, and if I put the book down, that might be what he's looking for, and he might leave, and we would never get his help.
Or it shows him that we're trustworthy. And but the fact that you put down a fake one, that didn't really help that. But if you put down the real one, he might actually see that we are trustworthy.
Jothir pauses a moment, then reaches into his bag and pulls out the real book and lays it on the ground, and then thinks for a moment and pulls out the pardon and slides the fake pardon into the book and just kind of calls out, an extra little gift for you.
We'll be at the ruins. Okay, I shut out. We'll be at the ruins, just the two of us, if you wanna talk more. Okay, I nudge Jothir. Just head back.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow him.
All right. You wait a few moments. Then you head back, you said?
Yeah.
Just on the way, I would kind of say to Luxon, I still don't fully believe that the knight's an actual murderer. He seemed very kind when we met him, and that watchman, what a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, for what you mentioned to me, he seems to have the same friend that like Adam. So perhaps I don't know. I don't know. I do believe you when he says trustworthy. But personally, it'd be absolutely. But personally, I'll be grateful just to have someone who can actually see Adam for once.
So the book is gone, and the pardon is laying on the ground a short distance away from it. But the book is gone.
Jothier would pick up the pardon then and put that in his pack.
Anything else?
You know what? I'm just gonna shout out. You're not the only one with a invincible friend. But since you don't care, bye. Okay, I'm just gonna storm off.
Okay.
And
Jothier
head back to
said
the
all he-
ruins.
Jothier said all that he could think of to say, so he would follow off. Not storming, but he would follow after.
Okay. You guys heading back to the other two now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well. But that was like a complete mission failed.
I'm not sure where we were supposed to be going.
I
after
don't
talking
remember
to
where
the
you were
hunters,
going
but we just
either,
kind of
yeah.
randomly stood someplace. So if we're supposed to be somewhere else,
Oh no,
feel free to leave us.
Where do you want to go? I don't know.
I mean, not standing behind Lord Gannison here. I wouldn't want to just be hanging out. Hey, buddy, what are we doing now?
You tell me. What do
Over
you
here,
what do you want to do?
Well, we could go by the tavern. Because the woman was looking for a way out of this place.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Perhaps we could make her the same offer we did with those hunters.
Sure. Good idea. If Nyana mentions that to Iso, he would just recommend that, since she already spoke to her, maybe she lead that conversation. Might seem odd coming from him.
Did you forget where the tavern is, Nyana?
Damn.
Yes, I
I mean,
forgot there was a big giant sign by the front door.
Okay.
I literally just thought of something I should have said.
Shh.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay. Woman's still back in the corner. She nods at Nyana. She comes in.
Hello again. I remembered that you wanted to get out of this place.
Yes.
Well, if the destination is Bone Drift, would you jump on the ship?
She laughs. Oh, sure. Boat drift. Are you serious?
It's the only thing I can offer.
I think I'll wait for the next boat.
Well, I presume there's boats in Bone Drift. Could maybe take one that leads you elsewhere again. This dock here seems kind of empty.
Bone Drift is in the Grinding Wastes, and the crazy lady runs the Grinding Wastes. I'll take my chances waiting for the next boat here. I hear there's a nice port beyond Bone Drift called Anjet. Might take my chances getting a boat to there.
Well, maybe you, if you do reconsider this opportunity, please come see me by the docks.
Well, if you're going to Bone Drift, good luck. You're gonna need it.
I mean, the sky's dark. Weird things happening. I don't think Grinding Waste is gonna be the worst thing in the world. Perhaps just second worst.
She smiles. Well, I hope you're wrong, for your sake.
Thank you, and I hope you'll find your way to Engap.
Thank you. I'll definitely find my way there, no matter what. Don't you worry. Anywhere is better than here.
Just curious, does this lady that we're looking at happen to have, I don't know, silver hair or anything like that?
Nope. Not that you can see from her hood.
Like not a straight hair hanging out or whatever?
Nope. It's all tucked in and hidden. And she's also wearing that metallic mask to cover the bottom portion of her face.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you. We'll be on our way.
She nods. She calls for the innkeeper and for another drink as you head out the door. Bring me another pitcher!
Wait, before they actually come back to the door, I actually got something to do.
Okay. What is it?
Well, I tell Jofir, stay here for a minute. I got something to do real quick.
Jothier just stands there, waiting.
All right, I'm actually gonna go back to the ruins real quick.
Okay.
Forgot my keys, sorry.
And Jothier would be looking around to see if he could see the others.
Okay. Now you're here. Now what?
All right. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna shout out. My friend says you're innocent. And I guess my bird adjustment, I actually believe him. So I'm here to tell you now that we are on our way to Doom Keep Port to talk to this apparently scary woman called Exeter. Personally, never heard of her before, but whatever. So if you're willing to help us and we help you, we'll be there. Okay, and I just head back to Jordan.
Okay. All right.
That's actually what I wanted to do.
Okay. So you guys at the inn, you coming back to the port? Or are you doing something else?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay. Well, come on down. You see Jothier
I'll be
and...
in a second, type in the...
Okay. I'll drag you. You see Jothier and Loxon, whoops, waiting for you as you come back from the inn.
So was your adventure as empty as ours?
Well,
There was lots of info. Lots of info that we learned, but doesn't seem anyone here is too eager to head to Bone Drift.
they seem to quite dislike Exeter being in charge.
She sounds famous. Or infamous.
Or both? Yeah, whoever this Exeter woman is, he sounds mysterious, but also in a scary way.
Was your trip to the ruins of any use?
Yes, but no.
Explain.
So as we were waiting, I heard a noise in the distance.
Adam?
No, it wasn't Adam.
There was definitely someone there, though.
Yeah. So Joffrey decided to put down uh the um the the um the journal. We left for about a minute or two, and went back, and I noticed that it was moved slightly. So I decided to show that we're trustworthy, because I thought because at this time I was certain it was the person that we're looking for, the unnamed knight, as Joffrey calls him.
And
And
why would the unnamed knight move a book?
because apparently that book has some significance to him.
Yes, but you said he moved it.
Yes, he moved it because we put down a fake book.
I put down the Watchman's journal first, just to see if he would be moved or if he would take it.
And it was
I
moved.
figured.
Then it makes more sense.
Yeah. So I decided to take a risk, and to show good faith, I told Joffrey to put down the actual book that he had. Because I thought that was gonna, actually show, make him trust us enough to show his face. But as we went back to the ruins, and about 2 minutes later we came back, and unfortunately it had gone. He took the book back and left.
So you're saying that someone you didn't see took the book.
Yes, but I'm 90% certain that it was the unnamed knight. So I actually just came from there back, and I told him that we would. I shouted out, and hopefully it's him. But I shouted out that we would be at Doomkey Port if he felt that we were trustworthy enough to reveal himself. So
When I
If
left
a-
the Knight's book, I left one of the pardons with it, hoping it would just show that we want to help him. But when the book was gone, the pardon remained. So I imagine that it would have been the Knight, because he would only be retrieving his own personal property. A thief would have taken everything.
yeah,
Well,
so I
especially a pardon, because those are hard to get by.
This is assuming that thieves can read. Paper or book. A book is easy to nick and sell. A piece of paper, nobody cares. But 90% speculative. I'm fine with this.
It saves us a trip to Hamilton.
Yeah,
We can
I
check
told,
it off your conscience, if nothing else. So, what's next?
Yeah, well, I told him. Well, I shouted out to hopefully him that we would be at the, but that we're going to Doomkey Port. So
You
hopefully
mean
he'll meet us there.
Bone
Bone drift. Yeah, damn it.
I suppose that's best. We ought not to make Lord Kennison wait too long.
Yeah, I think we should leave now.
Before we leave, we should probably make sure that we have supplies that we need. I'm sure they have things on the boat, but I wouldn't mind refilling my water skin. And we did have to travel a bit to get here, taking the long way along the coasts.
All right, as you're talking, Lord Gannison approaches. Are we ready to leave?
We are.
Hello,
I
my
am
lord. Do we need to run around and grab supplies, or is
He
the
holds
boat
his hands up
adequately
to stop
supplied?
you. We have everything aboard. Just a few notes if you're ready to leave. Exeter has become despondent of late. An ongoing conflict with her son. Makes her erratic sometimes, so watch what you say.
Yes. I missed that guy.
What?
I'm just saying myself that I missed him.
Missed who?
Her son. All right.
Oh. Don't ask for anyone's name. And don't even think about taking your weapons out. These are customs we must observe when we're in Bone Drift. And there's only one punishment for violating their customs. And I'm sure you can guess what that is.
So I'm guessing Iso should take put his staff away.
I could leave it on the horse if the stick is offensive.
Well, if you're ready, board the ship.
Right,
Well, I'm ready.
Right away, my lord.
Sigurd, you're here in the grinding wastes because you don't like Rookwald or the people who run it. So you made your way here. Figured this was a good place to lose your ties and connections with Rookwald. Clear your head. Plan ahead. And not too long ago, you were sitting in the tavern, sitting at one of the tables, and this large man next to you here, with the bald head and the armor there, he comes up to you and hands you 10 silver pieces. You'll come help him fight some Rookwald people that are shortly to arrive, and you said, heck yes. So you followed him. He brought you up here to wait, and that's what you're doing here.
It makes sense.
And as for everybody else, you come off the boat. You can see the situation looks a little on edge. You see both living and dead guards here. You've got who you presume is Exeter. And behind her, a fairly large band wearing armor. Well, it looks to be mostly leather armor, though, not metal. And you would actually... go ahead and actually make your presence check, everybody. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way, too.
The good guys or bad guy conqueror as well?
3.
You two.
6.
Woo.
Wendy.
What am I rolling for this?
D20 plus your presence bonus.
Is that roll too low for me to notice the red banner on the building, which clearly denotes where evil people live?
Well, if you've been uninvited to our campaign, thanks for playing with us. It's been great having you. Sorry you had to go.
Oh, okay.
You should
One
have
D-
a 1d20
So I rolled-
plus.
2d20.
Nope, 1.
Okay, but I have a +1. What does
Okay.
that mean?
You add 1 to whatever you roll. So if you roll a 16, you have a 17. If you roll an 8, you have a 9. So you have a 7. Did I not attach your character to a sheet?
Did you...
No, I didn't. My bad. Okay, now you should be able to grab your sheet and see your guy. Wow. So Nyana sees everything and nobody else sees anything. You guys really need to work on your presence checks.
ISO counts the number of ripples in the sand. He's amazed with it.
Doesn't even notice. Nyana, you see everything. You notice that these particular men arrayed against you here, you actually recognize them. When you left the Dune Guard Keep, you went out the front gate to leave. They were leaving from there. So they were there with the Rookwald army at Dune Guard. You recognize the man with the red-tipped mace, the different people in the strange-looking armor, clothing. You also notice that there's skeletons here, there's undead, there's a man wearing Rookwald colors actually standing with them as well. And, of course, you see Exa right up front there. Other than that, it's a calm night again. The water, the ocean, rather, is pretty much all you hear behind you. You can hear some torches burning. Obviously, a lot of torches here. The skeletons are just sort of swaying in place, not moving. And Exodus just looks very impatient. You can, I don't know if you want to say anything amongst each other. Or just move along.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, move it on.
All right. So Lord Gannison comes off the ship unarmed. He has his 2 men. He has them hang behind. He visibly motions for them to hang back and takes a few steps forward. And he, speaking with a lowered tone, you can tell he's really trying to not aggravate Exita. He's a little bit softer tone than you've heard him use before. And before he can hardly open his mouth to say more than "we've come to make amends," she just lets loose a deranged sounding howl. Demands to know, why have you recalled your army? You were inside the keep. You could have destroyed them. Why did you stop? Lord Gannison just takes a few steps forward again to speak to her. Our capital city was attacked. We needed the army to survive. We hadn't recalled them when we did. Who knows? We don't even know if we can get our capital back. We had to do it, but we're here to make amends. I know that we promised we would take the keep for you. So we're here to make it right. What can we do? She lets loose another deranged-sounding howl and just paces in place for a moment. She finally stops and looks at him. What happened to your man in Anjit? She asks him. He straightens up. Looks a little uncomfortable. He was killed. It seems your son had some help. She says, then my son. You can get my son to come home, and I will consider your debt paid. And one more thing. Did you know there is a demon loose, roaming between Ruckwald and the Grinding Wastes? Tell me whatever you know about this. Gannison looks confused for a moment. I know nothing about this. Are you sure it's a demon? Not some other creature. She seethes a little bit. Of course, I know what a demon is. And someone set one loose. It's going back and forth. It's looking for something. I don't know who set it free, but there's only so many places that they could set it free at. And there just happens to be one right over the border in Ruckwald. Lord Gannison says, as soon as I am able to return, I will do whatever I can to find out who did this. And I will send all of that here to you immediately. She then points a finger at him quietly. Bring me my son. I want him to embrace his magic use, and I want him home. Or at the very least, I want an alliance with him. I don't care what you have to do. Do it. Or I'm going to send my army to Ruckwald to finish what's left of you and yours. Lord Gannison nods. I have a few more matters I'd like to discuss with you. Lord Gannison says this to her. This way, she says, and then just turns and leaves. And he follows. Seemingly unconcerned, at least. You can see some of the skeletons just collapse into piles of bones on the ground. A few remain, but the men start to move to the side, and the very large man comes over to you, Sigurd, and says, "Sorry, no killing Ruckwaldians today." Pats you on the shoulder and walks off. But keep an eye on him. He says this very loudly so that you can hear. You guys by the water can hear him saying this to Sigurd. And the other men sort of form up on there together, but open up a passage for you to walk through. And the two guards by the shore just step to either side of the dock, and one of them whispers to you, "ISO, I've heard a rumor. She can see everything here. She can hear everything. Watch what you say."
Meanwhile, ISO is actually humming while he's been counting. He's humming melody from Bonnie of Bone Drift Port, which he learned in his backstory. It's loud enough so that Niana can hear it too. But he's doing it kind of absentmindedly. I'm sorry. What was it you were saying to me? I was locked in difficult thought.
Sighs and shakes his head. "Never mind."
Oh, very good then. So what are we supposed to do now here? He's looking around like he's finally paying attention to what's going on.
I guess we're allowed to explore until they're done talking.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, watch your tongue, guess. Gannison said not to say any names.
Absolutely, there were certain rules. I hope you wrote them down.
I made
somebody
a
did.
mental note.
I'm just assuming you want to follow Juthir. Just let me know if you don't.
ISO will nod at all of the big burly people and scary-looking face-masked people as he, heads by.
Eventually, you'll remember that you recognize them. Don't worry. Oh, and they are. They're not standing out in the open there. I will. I'll hide them inside this building. How about that?
Well, I say what? Oh, did you know on the roof?
Nope, not anymore. Done. There we go. Who was missing? Oh yeah. You moving up, Jothir, still?
Yeah, I'll stick with the group.
All right. All right, Sigurd, they're starting to walk past you now.
I'm gonna attempt to follow them without them noticing me.
Okay. Roll.
Oh gosh, lots of challenge roll.
Well, what is it? What is the rolls? Jothir.
It's like agility versus presence.
Is it agility? What is your ability say that you get -2 difficulty to what kind of rolls? Sneak and stealth rolls, but it should say presence or
For me?
no. Did you just roll an 18 or a 3?
That I was just rolling. Like that was so long ago.
Okay. Jothier.
Roll again, or what I rolled before?
No. What? Your ability gives you a -2 to difficulty to what kind of checks?
Agility and presence.
Oh, okay, so it's either one. Okay, well then, yeah, pick. Yeah. Would you rather do agility or presence, and then roll that?
Well, like physically sneaking is agility, and noticing stuff is presence.
So it's an agility versus a presence check.
Okay. Well, you guys have made your presence checks, but you could try to beat. You'd probably beat everybody but Nyana. So go ahead and roll your agility, Sigbrand. Nope. In fact, you make
Whoa.
you kick
Everybody's-
sand in you kick sand on them trying to sneak by them. Yeah, you kick sand on them as they walk by, so they
Like an
take
old lady wearing
extra
ankle weights,
notice
power
of you.
walking in the morning.
It's actually worse because I have -1, so it's 0. So like I trip and fall and like make all the noise.
Yeah, and scream and go ah.
Like,
So all right,
Punching
well
you
then,
and
yeah. So you guys hear this noise behind you. This wailing cow screams and sort of beaches itself in the sand, or buries itself. We'll say it's not. You're beyond the beach, so.
Are you alright, sir?
Yes, I'm fine. I meant to do
that
that.
sounded terrible. Do you need help?
Nope, perfectly fine. It's all part of the plan.
Can we take you to a doctor, perhaps? Your knee looks twisted. That's not going the right way.
Nope, all the boins and joints are feeling fine.
I think he hit his head on the way down, Liana.
Well, there's only sand here, so it can't have done much.
Okay, well,
Served in the military for a long time. I've been hurt far worse.
And now you're serving in the Bone Drift military.
No, I just get paid for whatever services that are asked of me.
Like a mercenary.
Yeah, but if one needs help tilling the farms or chopping down some wood or building a house, I'll do that as well.
Puppy dog ears.
Well, it's a pleasure making your acquaintance. And I guess we could use a local guide.
if your knee's up to it.
5 silver coins.
Excuse me?
5 silver coins. If you want my services as a guide. What part of that do you not understand?
I love it.
I think we can find our own way.
Yeah, I think we'll find by ourselves.
Do as you wish.
In Liana, that's 5 pitchers of ale at the high rates.
Actually, it's
Hope you
one
know-
pitcher. One pitcher of ale. It was 1 coin. It was 5 total for one pitcher, or 4 total. Sorry, 4 for one pitcher.
That sounds
hope-
like a pitcher of ale worth. It can't hurt. I'll pay up. I'll pay the fee. Surely you guide better than you walk.
Guiding
Sure.
is usually involve quite a lot of walking.
Might help work that gout out of his leg. It looks awful swollen. He'll hand over 5 coin.
I gratefully take them. Come on, boys. Let's see the sights. Anywhere in particular you wish to go?
I'm just gonna walk off by myself.
Any good shops around here?
The only shop in town, Sigrid is the lady with the. Whoops. There is only one in town. Where is she at from here?
Actually, I was trying to go there because I always see her.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah,
right
she's in the
there.
middle of town. Yep, she's right there in the middle of
She's,
town. It's
I
the
was trying to go
only.
there as well.
It's the only shop in town,
I was trying to go there.
so you can take him there, Sigrid.
Follow me.
I was
We
literally
have
about.
we do have some time. Maybe we could really truly see the sights. Is there anything fun to see? Any good sights?
Fun? Out here?
Yes. Well, fun or magnificent. Anything interesting? Something that maybe ballads are written about to describe that normal mortals can't see. Things like that.
Well, for fun, there's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of more drinking. You can also do drinking.
I see a theme. So there's lots of
Uh,
taverns here then.
No,
Also
one,
just one.
or just one.
A very popular tavern then.
Mostly empty.
Okay,
I'll give you a torch.
Maybe skip the tavern. Most people don't come here. Where would be what would be interesting?
Well, if you want to die, there's ruins and sights in pretty much every direction.
There's not any spiders, is there?
Any monster you can think of, any creature you can think of, we have it.
You mean spiders?
Giant spiders.
I have to say, looking around at this location, this is very fascinating. And a little bit unnerving. How did they make that trick there with the floating thing? What is that? Is that a head?
That's no trick. It's just magic.
As you
Oh my goodness.
speak about the head, it turns to look at you.
Rude.
Hello,
Rude.
Melissa. How are you doing?
So this thing
Brought
runs the
some
shop.
foreigners. They wanted to shop.
What do they want?
How does
What
it
wares do you
talk?
offer?
What did you say, Nyana? Sorry.
What wares do you offer?
She doesn't say anything. The skeleton sort of snaps to life and stands straight up and just steps forward. Nyana, you happen to be an astute observer at this current point, luckily. You see on one of the shelves there, you see some blacksmithing supplies, a hammer, some blueprints, and some various basic supplies. But you also see a wooden, I don't want to call it like a holder, a stand, a box almost. Has a little bit of an intricate design on it. And inside this, it's sort of cut in an open design, so you can see through to the inside. And inside is a vial of a dark red, blood-colored liquid. And it's very dark colored. And it reminds you of the dagger that you paid so much attention to. It's that color.
What's the vial on the shelf?
blood for forging weapons. Good against magic users.
What kind of blood?
Comes from a rare creature.
What creature?
$15 silver for the vial, and it's yours.
I asked what creature.
I put 15 silver on the counter.
Skeleton
What does it do?
grabs the silver off the counter,
I asked what creature.
goes over to the shelf, carefully grabs it off the shelf, and sets it down on the crate in front of you, and steps back.
Alright, I take the vial and inspect it a little
Good.
closer.
It's got a cork in it. It's a glass vial. And the blood still is liquid. You can sort of see that it's carved out of wood. It's got an ornate design, but it's got, like I said, it's got an open so you can see through it. I can't think of a better description. But it's just a vial of blood. But the vial is filled to the top. It's probably, I don't know the European measurement for 6 or 8 inches.
Centimeters, but
Half of a third of a meter. How about that? Half of a third of a meter. Hold on, I'm looking this up.
So you're looking up a sixth of a meter then?
It's 15, 16 centimeters long. And about 2 or 3 centimeters wide. Diameter.
Got it. I want to put it in my bag.
She says to you, there's enough to make one small weapon there.
How would one forge a weapon with this?
You would need the assistance of a blacksmith. One who knew how to use special ingredients beyond just metal. Perhaps one that forges magic weapons. Or the help of someone who is quite familiar with magic that can instruct them.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Does Lawson see anything in there?
Judging from your presence check, no. You see food, supplies, that kind of thing. You see a floating head, a skeleton, and a fire.
Oh, I got a whatever.
Yeah, that's the autosave. Just load back in.
You see the autosave you notice kicks people out?
It just autosaved when he did that, but
Yeah, I've wondered if that does that. I actually turn mine off during my games to try to minimize disconnects.
that's what I was asking you, how to do that.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Well, I thought if you did, I told you. Maybe it got messed up. But if you go to player, click player where the head is on the left. Go to options. There's a little save disk above the DM thing. Yeah, actually, I do remember saying
Got
this
it.
before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
click uncheck that. It'll stop your normal autosaves, but it will always take it still takes some sort of little save of something. I just can't
That's
remember
fine.
what it is.
That's fine. That's good enough. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, why don't you listen to him? Geez, CW.
No,
Your
this is
next roll
another
fails
day-
what?
What the heck?
Another game day. We talked about this. Yeah, I was confused by what he was.
I just got kicked out again.
Just give it a second. Let your time. Let your thing try to time out. Give it a minute.
I was kidding.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else?
I mean,
It looks like there's a lot of just sort of rare, unusual things here. You don't... Nothing huge or major. No giant weapons or anything like that.
I mean,
It looks like
I
it
did-
has the basic supplies, but everything else just looks sort of eccentric. Maybe you'd kind of have to know what to ask for.
I mean, I did ask what whose blood was that? Whose blood was in that thing? But she clearly ignored me.
Yes, she did. Anybody else need anything? Looking for anything in particular?
Any thing that matches the description of a magic scroll?
Yeah, she probably has scrolls here. That would be this. You would assume would definitely be the place that would have some kind of scrolls.
Yeah, floating head and all.
Yeah.
Any
Yep.
any weapons?
No weapons.
Damn.
Maybe just some basic stuff. You wouldn't. Nothing that would be an upgrade for you. She would just have
Can
kind of
we-
the most basic type of
Can we
weapons.
sell stuff here, or
Depends on what it
Oh.
is, probably.
just saying? Because I'm really getting bored of that straw
Okay,
that I
well,
have now with nothing.
try it, and there you go.
That's what that was
Say-
meant for.
Well, I thought it was important to everyone here, but apparently it's only important for the magic users.
Imagine that. Only magic users can use magic.
Well, I didn't know it was for. I didn't know it was a magic straw at first, did I? I saw it on everyone's backstory, and I thought it was important to the story. Say, how much are you willing to? Tell me, if I was willing to sell a magic scroll, where would I go? Where would I go?
Set it on the box in front of me.
Oh, okay, I take out the scroll and I put it on the box.
What's it a magic scroll for?
I don't know. I can't read. I mean, I can open it and show you.
No, I'm sorry. As your game master, I'm asking you what kind of scroll is it? Sorry, I should have been.
Right.
My bad. That was my bad.
So what is it say? So what's it for? Sorry.
Yeah, which spell is it for?
You know what? I guess to cast lightning. I guess. Is that what you're talking about here, or
I'm asking you what's the name of your scroll?
the name? I didn't know it had a name.
Oh God.
I didn't know it had a name.
What's the spell effect?
We didn't really touch up on that.
We did. Okay. 3 silver.
So,
She offers you 3 silver.
yeah, I think I'll keep it for now.
You said you
Until I
keep it?
find out. Yeah, I think I'll keep it now. At least until I find out what's it for.
Okay, well, when you find out what's it for, out of character, you let me know as your game master know what it's for that you rolled for. Until then, we don't know.
I don't know. I didn't even roll for it.
You
I just had
did.
it.
That's how you have it. You rolled for it.
No, I have it because it's in my backstory.
No, you got it as part of your equipment that you rolled for. We rolled for it.
No, it was in my backstory. I had it because all my secret gave me it.
Yes. You also rolled for it as
It's-
equipment. That's why you
it-
put it in your backstory.
It was both. You had coincidentally had one in the backstory that it worked because you had rolled something.
Right.
But I don't know if you ever rolled what it was. You just had something for sale is how it rolled up. You a magic scroll to sell.
You should have it somewhere in your notes. I remember rolling this with you.
No, I don't have it.
Roll a d10.
Is it clean or unclean?
Yeah, hold on. We're getting that. One sec.
4.
His was clean. $4 silver. She offers you for your scroll.
You must do it. Yeah, do it.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right. The skeleton reaches in the fire. You hear the jingling of coins. Drops them onto the counter. Takes the scroll. Sets it on the shelf. And then steps back.
So, out of curiosity, what was actually the spell?
You said 4?
Yeah, 4.
Aegis of Sorrow. A creature of your choice gains 2d6 extra health for 10 rounds.
A creature of my choice? Like anything? Or just a
Anything.
plain creature?
Anything. Could be player.
Oh,
Could be
damn, I
creature.
could have kept that.
You can't use it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I can give it to someone who can use it.
You literally
Maybe.
declined that the very first time we... Okay.
Yeah, we offered to buy it way back.
Yes, they offered to buy it from you. That's how I know that you knew what it was. Because back then, when you offered to sell it to one of them, I remembered thinking, that could be useful. But you were like, nope, I'm not selling it. So I was like, okay.
I don't remember this, alright?
Okay, so you have +4 silver now.
Ooh, 101 silver, let's go.
Hello, Melissa. What sort of sacred scrolls do you by any chance have for sale?
Any scroll you could want.
Really? I don't even know what I would want. I can tell you what I don't want. Do you have anything that's not False Dawn or Speak with Beasts?
Any scroll you could
I'm
want.
I'm a bard by trade. Anything you could think would be useful?
Are you looking for something in particular? I mean, I don't think there's any... Sing a song for 2d6 damage or anything. Here,
You take that away from me? Cry.
I will, I'll just give you the list of spells.
Yeah, I just don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's alright, no problem. Here we go.
I hate that
Discord.
you can see her lung so much.
You can see her... Oh.
You can see the lung.
Did you not know that this is actually a actual mythology thing?
Yeah, that's right.
What
He
was
said
it?
it was a
Thai or
Philippine... It was a Philippine
Philippine.
spirit or something, he said.
Southeast Asian, at least.
Yeah, I think that's what he said it was.
Yeah, there's actually a film that I watched with this, and it was actually pretty creepy.
Just knock him out. Math. There you go. I put it in chat there. Everybody can see it. Those are the clean ones.
British and I called them films. Pretty sure it's the left lung. The heart looks different. Definitely not the stomach. Could be a liver?
I was gonna say liver, yeah.
Anything on that list tickle your fancy?
Yeah, a couple of them do, honestly.
Just tell her what you want.
Can I? What about this? Whispers past the gate.
10 silver.
What about unmet fate?
10 silver.
8 silver.
You know, I kind
Is
of like.
Everything
kinda-
10 silver?
Yes.
I kind of like Grace of a Death Saint.
What do you know about magic?
Since it was put on Discord.
I think that I would love to take 3 of your scrolls if for 30 silver. Whisper past the gate, unmet fate, and hermetic step.
You see the skeleton walk over to the shelf, grabs an ink, some scrolls, comes over, sets it down in front of you. Skeleton's looking directly at you and starts to write. You can see it's writing the spell while the skeleton continues to stare directly at you with its head.
I do not look at the skeleton. I just look at the writing.
Oh god, I can actually.
And I sweat profusely.
I can actually just picture that happening.
Then the skeleton finishes all 3, takes the ink and unused scrolls back, and then
Shivers.
the head comes down and just blows gently over each scroll. You see the letters glow momentarily. 30 silver, she says, and returns back to where she was.
He will hand it over.
Skeleton comes up, takes the money, throws it in the fire, and goes back still.
I don't suppose I can buy one of these scrolls.
10 silver.
Okay, I cannot pronounce the okay, I cannot pronounce the bottom right spelled name.
What number?
10.
Death?
What? That's death?
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the
But 10.
clean.
But that's not that
Is
has
it
no end, did it?
Enochian syntax?
I think so.
No. Genosian.
I think it's Enoch. Enoch
Could be,
is
I
Notion,
can't-
Notion could be Enoch.
Anyway,
blow that up.
one creature blindly obeys a single
No, it's a
command.
G. It's Notion. It's G.
no, it's
There's
Enochian. Enochian syntax.
Is
I-
it erase
I'm
of
copying-
summer at the center at the top?
I don't-
Erase for a center? Or grace for a center at the very top? It's the same
Google
letter.
Translate
No,
tells
no,
me
I-
it's Enochian.
It is Enochian. I just literally copy pasted without formatting on the text. It's Enochian syntax. Or Enochian syntax.
Yeah, that one. And number, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, 6. Bestial speech.
20 silver.
20 silver be.
You understand that you cannot use these, correct?
Yeah, I didn't say I don't use them.
Okay. Just making sure. Skeleton goes back to this shelf, grabs the ink and the scrolls, comes back down, stares directly at you as its hands absently scribble down the text of each spell.
Alright, I'm gonna like,
Returns-
right, as he's winding down, I'm just gonna like lean towards his eyes to see if he has any eyes at all.
Nothing. Empty holes for eyes. She
That's-
comes down, blows over each scroll. 20 silver, she repeats.
Yeah, done.
Okay, skeleton comes, collects the money, steps back, throws it in the fire.
Alright, so I'm gonna keep Grace of a Dead Saint with me, right? And I'm so gonna regret this, but I'm gonna give bestial speech to Noodle.
Who?
I don't know. I forgot her name. All right. I forgot the old man's name.
Semper.
Semper. Thank you. I'm gonna give bestial speech to Semper.
Okay.
I'm so gonna regret this. I know what happened last time. Yeah. So when we go back, I'm gonna give Semper bestial speech, which I know I'm gonna hate. But no, they want this, but none of the other one saves me.
Wait, which one are you giving to Semper?
Oh, so I'm giving bestial speech to Semper, and I'm keeping the Genovian. Okay,
Enoch. Enochian.
Enochian. Thank you very much with me.
Hey, constant number 2 on that list. Does that make that one erase for a sinner, or is it grace for a sinner? Because it's the same character.
That's Grace.
That's so weird. So that's a
No,
G, but the
it's-
other one's not. I guess there's a little difference. There's a little flag there. I know I'm looking really hot, like on the left. I guess it is a little different.
Yeah, it looks different. There's on the N is going in that makes it look like that. For Enochian, the N goes inward. I guess I don't know. But I literally copy paste without format.
Yeah.
That's what it
No,
comes
yeah.
up.
I was wondering if you pasted the other one, if that was erased or if that was grace. 'cause
Oh,
my
I'll
eyeballs
check.
were-
No, I'll check. Hang on.
It looks like different slightly. There's like a little bit of a flag on the upper left. That look a splat up there. That's maybe different.
No, that is Grace for a sinner.
Because then the G's different on the grace of a dead saint, I guess. Also, it's because it's squished over there.
Yeah, like I said, the layout definitely is very artsy. Anybody
Oh
else
no!
need
What have I
anything?
done? No,
Anybody
that's
else
what I'm done.
looking for anything?
No, I'm fine.
So I can't use scrolls, but do you have any magical items or even trinkets unique to this land? I have never been here before.
Roll presence.
$15.
She doesn't say anything. The skeleton animates, steps forward, and just opens the chest. And just stands there looking at you.
Am I able to sort through the chest, or do I just
Yeah, you
look
can
in?
walk over to the chest. Yep. You walk over to the chest. The skeleton doesn't move, but his head follows you. Inside, you see all kinds of crazy-looking trinkets, stuff you've never seen before. A few things you might have seen before, but mostly this is just otherworldly type stuff. You have never seen anything like it before from other places. But you do recognize something. A coin, the reptilian head, and 3 slash marks across the coin. It's inside of a little wooden stand.
A coin, you say?
Coin, yep. And it looks very familiar to you.
To me?
Very. No.
I
You don't
point
see
at
this.
the coin. I point at the coin and I say, What's this? It looks damaged. It's like it's been scratched.
2 silver.
Put 2 silver. Hold out 2 silver. Is the skeleton taking it, or?
Yes. Skeleton steps forward,
Yeah.
holds its hand out, creaks its fingers open for you to drop the coins in.
I drop the coins in the skeleton's hand.
Takes the other hand and holds out the coin for you to take in the little wooden case stand.
Okay. I take the stand, but then I keep looking to the chest. Is there anything else in there that
Well,
equipment-wise?
once the skeleton takes your money, throws it in the fire, the merchant says, "It's cursed currency from the Scale Tales."
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Are you saying this in character?
No, our character.
Okay, well, you don't see it yet, so
No, I know, but
only Jothier right now. You heard her, Jothier?
Yeah. So why is it cursed? Or how is it cursed?
No one steals from the Scale Tales. They always come to collect. Always.
Then should I assume that this is not stolen, since they haven't paid you a visit?
Once it's crossed out, they've collected. It is worthless. Cannot spend it anywhere. The person who took it is dead.
dead. How you die?
They
They
came to
sent-
collect.
Yes. How exactly did he? Yes, and how exactly did they come to collect?
Nobody sees it coming.
So it just happens.
No one has survived to say.
You know what?
Just out of character question, is Jothier familiar with the term Skelltail?
Possibly. Depends on how worldly you are, I suppose. So Scale
Not at all.
Tail would be something you would probably only hear if you hung around ports or docks or something like that. Otherwise, you would just hear it. Well, I don't know, otherwise I don't think you would hear it. So, if you don't really hang around ports or docks much, it's not really a term you would hear in Ruckwald. Assuming you're all from Rookworld. Some of you more veteran folk probably would know. It's a slang term, derogatory term for the reptilian people.
Is it in the Noble Education 101?
Maybe they don't really appear in a lot of places outside of ports and stuff.
Sang in song.
I'm sorry?
Is it listed sung in song?
Sung in what?
Would Isa know
Scale
about it
Tales
because
are-
there are probably songs about scale tails.
Oh, yeah, maybe in port cities it would be something you learn from there. If you would be specifically from taverns near the ports, that kind of thing. It wouldn't just necessarily be in a city with a port. They would probably just be talking about how mysterious they are or something along those lines. Because don't really know a lot about them. They keep to themselves. They're private. They seem quite simple.
On a second note, we're coming close to the 6 o'clock. I was just reading the spells. I realized there's a heal one in here, and I don't know if Semper has it or not. But if Semper does not have it, would I also be able to chuck out another 10 silver and just get D2 creatures regain 10 HP each? That one.
I don't know if Semper has it. Couldn't answer that question. I don't know.
I'll just buy it. Yeah, I'll just buy it just in case.
Okay. All yours.
Thanks, sir. Go
10 silver.
make myself more poor.
So,
Anybody?
not knowing what scale tails are, Jothier would ask, I've never heard of a scale tail before. What exactly is that? And as he asks this, he's going to be continuing to kind of look through the box to see if there's anything else that stands out to him, catches his fancy, anything that could be helpful equipment for him, or just a really cool trinket.
As
I
you're looking
actually
through the
have a-
box, you hear a little creaking of bones. The skeleton's arm is moving. Points off to your left. In the distance, at a figure under an awning behind you.
To our left.
Mm-hmm. To your left. To your character's left, yes.
That way left?
I don't know what
The
that way
big,
means.
scary-looking dude standing under that.
A big giant lizard.
Yes,
Or the snake.
Looks like a
really.
snake man. Yeah, it has like a cobra hood head.
Nope.
with the big
think-
hammer.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
that's in front of us.
That's in front of you. Yep. Left.
I mean, to the left.
90
the one
degrees
with
to
the
your left. Yes. Niana, you have the
not here?
correct one. Yes.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Yeah, the lizard.
Do we all notice the lizard, or
I mean, points right at it. And so unless you crit fail your observation check.
oh no, no. You know what? Is there any stuff here that can protect me?
No armor here. Just basic weapons and supplies, and then again just very strange odds and ends.
So like no trinkets here that can like protect me from damage or anything like that?
Not that you
Or from
instantly
death?
would recognize. Protect you from death? No. Again, not that you
They don't
recognize.
sell invincibility potions.
I can't even
Those
read what's
are
no part
those are how much silver do you have, Loxon?
of me.
Yeah.
But me, A1.
Okay, they're 82 silver for invincibility potions.
Oh man, so close. Now,
Yeah,
now, oh wait.
5.62 silver.
No, I will not.
There's
like
no
some people here-
invincibility potion.
Yeah, I'm saying no. I like someone here. I will not waste my money.
Says the man who just brought magic scrolls as a
Yeah, and I
non-magic
gave
user.
it to. Yeah, and I gave it to one. Yeah, and I gave it to.
You didn't even give it to anybody yet because they're not here.
Yeah.
So you're holding on to it.
Yeah, one more to. Yeah, and the other one might be for someone else. I don't know yet.
Anything else you guys looking for here?
No, I don't.
I'm fine.
All right. Let's see. Let me grab. Oops.
So, I'm guessing I now see the coin.
I don't know. Do you?
I'm not
Joe
doing.
Third, what did you do with your coin?
I'll put that in my bag, and I'm assuming that there is nothing else in that chest that's catching his eye as helpful or just curious enough for him.
Nothing that immediately stands out to you. I mean, everything looks pretty crazy wild. I mean, you've never seen it before. So it all looks strange, weird, interesting to you. But nothing that particularly sticks out that you would recognize like that.
Yeah, then Jothier would just put that in his bag and kind of step away from the chest.
All right. Skeleton walks up, closes the chest, and then steps back. Then as you finish your transactions, Lord Gannison walks up behind you. I have another mission for you.
Another one?
Sending you to Anjit. There you will meet with the king. He holds out a scroll for someone to take.
Alright.
And deliver this message.
Too close. I grabbed the message.
You are to encourage him to embrace his magic use and to ally with his mother. You will have to go on horseback, though. They're having problems. No one will go to Anjit by sea now. There have been some kind of attacks.
Across the continent? On horseback?
Yes. We'll send you with a scout or directions.
I mean, no events, but from what from what we heard. Actually, never mind. I think I said something.
Also, our horses are sort of not here.
Yes, I will provide the fresh horses for you. You can set out after you've rested. Or you can set out immediately. Don't know how well you slept on the trip over, but it's very important. There may be obstacles in your path to navigate. We don't know.
Does this place have an inn or something we can crash in?
You can sleep on the ship until you're ready to leave.
That works too.
So we know that her son's at Engine. Is there anyone else in particular that's still there that we could talk to?
That'll just be your job to find out once you get there. I haven't had much communication with the new king.
Lord Gannison, I didn't have a chance to share with you, but the garrison commander back in the dunes did say that she would perform your request and scout.
Excellent. You did quite well. All of you, thank you. There will be coin waiting for you when you return to the ship. I've arranged for a small sum to compensate you for what you've done for Rookwald so far.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, my lord.
I don't say anything.
Anything else you wanted to do before you crash? He's going to turn and leave. Okay.
When they leave,
No.
Jothir's going to hang back a moment.
Okay.
I'll be going back to the ship. I've heard they still have a barrel of ale left from journey.
I'll probably just run around with Adam.
Okay.
So before we get to the ship, is going to just meet up with the core group of everybody and, split up whatever he has in that pouch from the watchman's house.
Okay.
Wait,
roll
ISO.
roll a d20, and that's how much he has in there.
ISO, did you give the pardons back to him?
Yeah, he did.
He did. I don't want.
Well, he has exactly 4 coins, so one for you, one for you.
Oh, he really was a poor watchman.
You stole his money?
Who, me? No, he wouldn't tell you he got that from the watchman. He just, this is from just, barding around the town.
Okay. Everybody else is done.
Well, Jothir is purposely hanging back, waiting for them
Okay.
to leave.
All right. Right. Loxon, you and Adam go roam somewhere.
I'll just stay here for now.
That's fine.
I do run off, wherever you need me to go. I'm just typing.
Oh, okay. Actually, it looks like there's a scroll on top of that chest. That's actually kind of cool.
I put it there. when you
Oh,
first
did you?
started
Oh,
talking
okay.
about
I was
stuff,
like, man,
just dropped it on there.
that's perfect.
Oh.
All right.
I thought you put I thought you put it there to simulate me giving it to her, but I guess not.
Did. Yeah, when you started talking about selling her a scroll, you were like, put it on the chest. I was like, let me go get that for him. So I just dropped it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, looks like everybody has left, except for a grimy-looking, grizzled veteran over by the cart. Your guide.
I turn to the floating head and I just say, is there anything more you can tell me about this coin? I may have seen it before.
No. And the Scatales have stopped coming since the darkness fell.
Wait,
There's only
wait.
one left here you can ask.
All right. Thank you. So Jothir would look over to the where she had pointed before, or directed, not pointed, directed his eyesight before to where that one scale tail was.
All right. You said you're looking that way?
He's looking that way. He's debating. He's not sure he wants to approach.
Anything for you, Sigbrand?
No, thank you.
I walk over to Sigrund and I say to him, "Well, you're our guide. What do you know about that person over there? Or just scale tails in general?"
Well, that one in particular is a bit of a loner. He just hangs around various spots in town. Never doesn't really talk with anyone. Doesn't really socialize much. Just always there. Before the permanent darkness, you used to have scale tails coming in, transporting their goods. They would stick to the docks though, and not really converse around. Just pretty much offload and then leave.
Do you know why he would have stayed behind if the others all left?
No clue. Perhaps he's a reject back home. Most people, or maybe he's just too late, because most people speculate that since the darkness fell, there have been monsters attack, and the monsters' attacks cut off transport to their home.
Actually, real quick, you're still good for everything you've said. I was wrong. I can't even read my own map. Anjit is on the other side of where they live. So that they live between. They live right there along the Claw coast. You can see the little claw. They live right around in there on the map. I just DM'd it to you.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, that's where they live in that region there. So I was wrong. Anjit's on the far side,
Yeah.
but the attack's
Constant.
close enough to them too. I guess could be. Wow, I failed at my own map. Wah, wah.
It's gonna be a long ride.
Where's the claw house? Cause I see Anjit, I see Deather.
You see the giant claw next to Anjit, carved into the with water.
Oh. Giant claw carved with water. Oh, yes. The like tentacle. Anyway, no one knows why he remained, but these parts haven't seen many scale tails lately.
Do you know if he's been a troublemaker here?
Nope, just minds his own business.
Jothier looks over at him again, and hearing that he's not a troublemaker and that he minds his own business, Jothier starts walking over to him.
All right. You want to walk with him, Sigbrand?
As well.
Basically, approaching cautiously, standing enough of a distance away because he sees the hammer, but just comes up to him and just says, "Hello, friend. Might I have a moment of your time?"
He looks between the both of you. Kind of hefts his hammer a little bit. Doesn't say anything else. You also notice that he's one of the very few people that are actually armed here. You'll recall that one of your requirements or warnings was to not take your weapon out for any reason, but this guy's had his out the whole time you've been here. As far as you've ever known him, Sigrid, he's had it out and no one's ever said anything to him. But yeah, he just looks at the both of you, back and forth, his little eyes just watching you.
I lean over towards Sigrun and whisper, "Hey, I thought we weren't allowed to have weapons."
Are you gonna tell him that?
I was just shopping over at that vendor over there and looking for trinkets. I've not been to this land before, and she showed me a coin that she said might have come from an area you're familiar with. So I was wondering if you could tell me anything about it. And Jothir would pull out the coin and in the wooden case and show it to him.
He watches your hand pull it out, and when he sees it, he makes a raspy, hissing noise and sort of recoils a little bit, just visibly. His face cursed. Get it
Is that
away.
What curse is it? What kind of curse is upon it? I wasn't understanding that when she was trying to explain that to me.
Get it away, he repeats.
Jothir would put it back in his bag and look at him, hoping he would explain some more about the curse.
Someone tried to steal. No one steals from Jokori.
Jokori? Who was that? Or what is that?
Taps his chest with his hammer. Doesn't say anything.
Using context clues, I would guess that Jokori is what they call themselves.
Oh, forgive me. I was under the impression that this was a currency maybe of your people, but you're saying it's cursed and stolen. Who stole it?
Whoever stole it's dead. No longer can spend.
And you know for a fact that this person is dead?
Scratch marks. Thief is dead.
And that doesn't break the curse.
Shakes his head no.
So if a person comes into ownership of such a coin, is there a curse upon them if they come through it through honest means?
Thief is dead. That's all he says.
And what happens if a person who has taken such a coin is not killed?
Thief is always killed. No one steals from Jokor. He points sort of in your general direction of your bag. Scratches mean thief is dead.
Jothier gets a bit of a sullen look on his face, learning this new information, and just looks at the scale tail and just blinks a bit, thinks for a moment, and then just says, "Well, thank you very much. You've explained a great deal to me. I'll leave you be. It seemed like you wanted to be on your own in this corner of the town. I'll take my leave."
He makes a grunting noise, but he doesn't. His demeanor doesn't change otherwise.
Okay, so Jothier at this point would start heading back towards the way he saw others. Did they all go in the same direction? Back to the boat?
I don't know where they went. I know Nyana said she went to the boat. Also said he was going to hand out the coins. So I guess he went to the boat too. Take your pick.
Is Laxton still here?
No, he said he wandered over in this direction. I just moved.
No,
him.
I mean just here in the game.
No, it's just
No,
you two.
Everyone left.
Everyone left. Okay, yeah. So then I would just go back to the boat too. And that before leaving, I would just look over to Sigrun and say, "Thank you very much for your help."
Man gets paid. Man does his best as he can.